I forgot some things here. Doink, and we're going live. Here we go. Entering the Stanton system now. That is weird. We'll see what happens when it loads in real quick. Alright, so itchy nose. Alright, so let's see here. There was one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to make it so I could see the chat. Give me just a second and I will be doing that. Boom. There we are. So it looks like my chat is still from last night, which we had Drewillian and stop by and say hi. So hopefully we'll see them again today. I can kind of see through, so that's good. All right, let's see here. How to get this going. This doesn't need to be as big. What I do is I pop out the activity feeds, and then I pop them over here. I haven't seen Soccer in a while, so I wonder if he's doing okay. Guru will be on at 2 o'clock. I think he took a break, though, the other day. I don't think he'd been feeling well. So, but, yeah. So, at the end of the stream, if we're still going at about 2 o'clock, we will be rating Guru, No Fans or Butts. So, if you can, stick with me until we go to Guru at 2. That would be nice. I want to give Guru more and more support. He's a good guy. He's really been a big help to me, and I can't thank him enough for everything he's done. Him and Chewed Toy. Drewillian's been good. Yeah, I just everybody I've been interacting with on Twitch has been great. I've been very lucky that I've paid attention to who I'm watching, and I have been finding the best people on Twitch when it comes to personalities. Even if they have the mouths of sailors, they are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So, you know, Guru, like I said, every last one of you guys that I've met over the year has been amazing. So, I just want to let that, you know, just kind of go over that here, and let's get to playing here. We're going to get up. Now, it looks like it reset spawns and everything. You know, your wake-up points. Oh, God. Cat fur everywhere. This is driving me insane. Okay, I got 1.1. So the question is, do I have everything I want? Because I had a Corsair that was fully A-rated. So we're going to pull up the Corsair real quick. Now, I don't like any of the paints on the Corsair. So we're going to go to Systems. Now, okay, yep, I got to go rebuy everything. So we're going to spend a minute here. We're going to get... Yeah, alright. So the same thing with my little Aurora. Question is, do I outfit the Aurora or do I outfit the... or do I outfit my Gladius? And we're going to do the Aurora first because I want that first-time player experience for you guys. Even though mine's an LN, and LN is only like a few bucks more than the starter MR, so if you want to throw a little bit more money at it, you can. And I think the LN is a effective combat vessel. Now, I did start up down here, so let me check my options and make sure my graphics are not set inappropriately. Very high, 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 medium. Okay, yep, nope, it looks like all my other stuff stayed. Let me go to keybinds and make sure nothing on my flight stick got repositioned, because the thing I was dealing with is... Okay, good. It's still bound as that one. Okay. So I'm just going to hit no. Alright, so what happens is when I plug in this, it becomes controller number 1. When this becomes controller number 1, my flight stick becomes controller number 4. Not my throttle, not my rudder pedals. The flight stick itself does. Okay, so now we're gonna head to Providence. We're gonna outfit some stuff. Ooh, can I make it? Right now the game's stuttering a little bit because it's still trying to load assets. Oh, I missed it. That was so close. So I'm gonna turn off chat. Now, what I love... Let me hit that. I didn't know that. What's that? Let me tone that down a little bit so it's not as... Now we wait. And now the waiting game begins. Let's see here. We're going to go A-rate a couple of ships here. We're going to get a Corsair A-rated, and we're going to A-rate the... going to A-rate an Aurora LN. Because I think it's practical to A-rate that ship. And then we're going to head up to Port Olisar and get that all squared away. And we'll do some bounties and stuff. And I'm curious. Oh, that got reset. Did my...
The next shuttle is approaching.
Yeah, I gotta start over on a lot of stuff. That did not want me to get out of there. That is weird.
Passengers, the shuttle is preparing to depart.
Right now it's really bright outside.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
See, it's jittery, so we know that's not fixed yet. But a little jittery shuttles ain't gonna hurt nobody. That could be jittery for a bit. That's not gonna break the game, unless I start passing through it like a salt shaker. That'll be a problem. Like, dear God, what am I flying into? And I realize, oh wait, I'm not the one flying.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare.
So it'll be a minute, because I haven't been down here in a while. Or when it reloads, it's reloading all the assets. When it reset my stuff, so...
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
It is getting better, though. Slowly, but it's getting better. But I do want to maintain that I need a sidearm on me at all times now. That is going to be a given. I must always have a sidearm on me. After what I experienced earlier, with the last time I was streaming, I had one of those. I had a Cutlass Black go up to drop off troops at a crash site, which was very fascinating, mind you. Very fascinating. Okay, that's going here. And we will get a, yeah. Snaggle Protein Stick Pepper 3. Snaggle 6 Smoke Daddy. Alright, so now we want systems, and we're going to start with coolers, and we're going to want 1 or 2 glaciers. and 2 avalanche. Okay, we will do power plants. We want the JA series. We want 1 JS300. And we want 2. Nope, hold on, that was almost bad. We want 2 JS400s. I think. Hold on, let me see if I got my Corsair up on the DPS calculator. Checking. Do I even have the DPS calculator? Yeah, I do right here. It's kind of hidden under something. Let's see here. Yep, Corsair. Yeah, I just need 2 JS400s. I did need 3 of something. 1 FR86. I guess I didn't. Just 2 avalanches, XL1, and... Alright. Quantum Dries. Need an XL. Not a Z. Need an X. Quick buy. I'll bet I could buy a VK00 here, though. Yep. But I cannot buy an Atlas. Yep, that is true. I cannot buy an Atlas. Only at Crew L5 can I buy an Atlas. That's okay. Definitely not a Spectre. Here's 2B military. TS2, that's a size 3. That's a size 2, size 3, size 1B military. What's that? The Siren? How about the Ranger B civilian? 2B. 1A stealth. 2B, 1A, which is the VK00, or just 1B civilian Zephyr. So we got 2 1B, wait, that's 1B stealth. We don't. Crafted by passionate people who have been leading the way in space exploration and free travel for over 6 centuries. The voyage by Tarsus is a quantum drive worthy of your next expedition. That's 15,000. That's got to be better than the one I got. I mean, it's what I've got's a 1C civilian, so we'll grab it just to grab it. Might give me just a little bit better performance, and then I can sell. Let's see, I got 4 glaciers. Why do I have 4 glaciers? I only bought 2. JS300, JS400, JS400. There we go. We got the Voyage Glacier. Good. Now, can we? Guns. Anything of any. See, I love these repeaters, but I just don't think they're as good as they should be. But I put one on something. You know what? I've got sawbucks. Let me put them on my. I'll put those on. I'll put those. I have sawbucks, and I'll go ahead and put those on my Aurora. So okay. So what we need is shield generators. So we need FR66s. We'll buy 2. We need an FR86. There it is. I think I got everything I need. I don't know why I have 4 glaciers. I shouldn't. I should only have 2. That's the wrong thing. That's not going to help me too much. Yeah, that's not going to help me too much. Alright, so that's popping up a lot quicker. That's good. I'm down to 400,000. I went from 1.1 million. I'm now down to 400,000. I'm curious, was it the Saber that has 3 size 1s? No, she's got 2. So it wasn't the Saber. One of my ships has 3 size 1 shields. Oh, I know which one it was. Is it the Inferno? Or does it have 3 size 3s? 3 size 2s? Oh, no, it's just got 2 size 2s, I think. Yeah, they're size 2s. You got the Crossfield, which will be either... that'll take an XL1. Nice. One of my favorite ships in the game is this Inferno. She is a beast. But she gets 2 JS400 power. She basically takes everything that the... I think that's a size 2. She basically takes everything my Corsair takes, but adds an extra cooler and but uses size 2 shield generators instead of size 1s or size 3s. So yeah, it's kind of a weird trade-off with this thing, but it's huge for what it is. It's huge. It's not a light fighter at all. It's a heavy fighter designed to strike at combat fighter, or it's designed to strike at heavy cap ships, or at least like corvettes and light frigates, that kind of thing. So she hits hard. The gun cannot be replaced. Or, yeah, you can't swap it out for a laser cannon. It's gotta be that gun. And the Inferno's a ballistic user, and that ballistic hurts a lot. Those bearing guns are nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So, alright, let's get to my Corsair. Go to Systems. We want to... Didn't I buy a pair of Avalanche? Oh, that's where it screwed up. I thought it bought a pair of Avalanches, and it bought a second pair of Glaciers. I could have swore I told it Avalanches. Wow, look at that. That took me down to... Wow, just buying those 2 those 2 Avalanches took me down to... Wow, that cost me about another 120,000. Ooh. I bought 3 FR86s. Wait, what is going on here? Did I not? Okay, now I'm confused because I'll be willing to bet I don't have 3. Okay, so I know I clicked on FR66s, didn't I? I did not. I clicked on 86s. Am I just blind this morning? I think I clicked on FR86s instead of 66s. Man, I need to start making money. Holy crap. At least until they reset it again. I'm so used to outfitting myself, I keep forgetting I can't outfit my ship that way. Having 2 different systems for outfitting is kind of annoying. We used to do our armor outfitting through Mobi-Glass. But they decided to take it out of the Mobi-Glass. Okay, so we're definitely going to be taking the Aurora LN. And I have 4 Glaciers because for some reason it bought 4 yeah, the system's acting really weird right now for me. 1 JS300, that's perfect. EOS. So we got that new... There it is, the Tarsus 1B Civilian. It should be faster than the one I've got, in theory. The 2 FR66s, there we go. That scared me for a minute. I'm like, I know I double-checked and bought it. If the system is goofing up and I'm just moving too quickly or I'm not hitting stuff just right. It's definitely making it difficult to purchase things. Hold on. Dang it. Something I forgot. Alright, let's do this. Let's start here with the Cyclone MT. Paints. Invictus. Save. Let's get my paint jobs on them. I don't think this has a paint yet. At least not one I have on it. Okay, so Scorpius. Now this is... The paints on this one are... I either go for this... Yeah, okay, so now I've got this typical livery. I could go the Stinger livery, which I really like. But the Red Alert livery is also really good too for best in show. Alright, we'll stick with that one for now. I usually like going with the Stinger. Where our MR doesn't count. Victus Blue. I mean, the Icebreak livery isn't bad either. The Icebreak is real nice. But while we're here, but we'll do Invictus Blue, which changes the... While we're here, vehicle weapons, right wing. We have 8 Badger in, but we're not going to go with the Badgers. We are going to take the Sawbucks. Wait, what ship has the Sawbuck by default? That is weird. That has me curious. I wonder what ship has the Sawbuck by default. Now, I'm curious about this, because if I go vehicle weapons, left wing, now if I go left wing, I can now put a gimbal mount on it. I can put a bolt. But what? Hold the phone. Whoa, what is that? I don't know where that came from and why. Hold on a second here. Okay. There they are. They're the Bulldog repeaters. Okay. It was just weird. I just had to leave and come back. So, because while I was in it, it didn't cycle properly. So now I've got 4 gimbaled size 1. Alright, so there's something you can do with the Aurora LN, if you have the Aurora LN. Now, the thing with the Aurora LN and the Aurora MR is you may not be able to put the big box on, because you only have so much space to clamp. The Cutter, the CL variant, the Clipper variant, not Cutter, Clipper. The Clipper variant of the Aurora has the has this pod down here that goes all the way back here for the big box. The MR and LN do not have that, and which was kind of misleading when they initially were working on it. If you go back to the original commercial for the Aurora they were customizing the Aurora, and they got an Aurora LX to basically be an Aurora LN in its configuration. You know, where it had the Clippers big box, had size 3 guns under here instead of the size 1s we get now. Size 2s out here on the wings, and, you know, a little bit more missile firepower that you have on the LN. So this is about as powerful as this thing can get at this point for firepower. The LN gets a little bit more of a buff in firepower, because we'll go to it. It gets a bigger cooler back here, and we get 4 size 2 missiles instead of 2 size 1s. You know, because we have a bigger missile mount up here. We get 2 size 2s out on the wingtips that the Aurora MR cannot, that none of the other Auroras have. I think maybe the LX might, but I can't be certain. I think the LX is the exception to the rule on that. But all of them get these size 1 inboards, because I don't think the Clipper has these outboard wing mounts. As you can see, the LN's got a similar configuration to the MR, the underside here. So, yep, there she is. I think I've got her fully set up now. But I'm just going through and setting up any paints that I want to use. Unequip. Stick with the original M50 skin. That's just the original red for the M50 skin just looks nice. The 325A paints. I don't think I have any paints for the 320 series. I do for the 125A, which is kind of sad because I have the Invictus paint for the 125s or for the 100 series. But you know, I'm not gonna worry about it for now, because I might end up buying one in game and using the paint, so no biggie. The Stevie paint, here we go. I got the blue, so there it looks nice. Grey Cat PTV has paints as well. Oh, I forgot to save. Let me go back to the Tana paints. Okay, we're good. Steve, I think I forgot to hit save. I did. Okay, so I think to fix that, I have to come out of... Now, I know this isn't right. I know I've got gunmetal here. I should have a Grey Cat paint. There it is. Where's my gunmetal? There is. I have a paint for this. I am so disappointed. My paint job for this is missing. So we'll go to the Vulture. I don't have any Vulture skins, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Mule? I definitely have some for the Mule. I got the Smokestack, which gives it kind of a gray, but I've got the Mule Redburn livery. Makes it more in line with Drake colors. Dragonfly Yellow Jacket, which is a unique skin specifically for the Yellow Jacket version. But I have the Coalfire and the Mistwalker. Mistwalker takes a minute to load in. We'll go back to the Coalfire. I like the red and black of the Coalfire. Makes it harder to see a little bit too, in certain circumstances. The Cutter, I do have paints for the Cutter. Again, okay, so that's 2 things so far I do not have my paint jobs for in the PTU. Cutlass Best in Show. I have 2 Best in Shows. And I now have the Skull and Crossbone livery. I have the Coalfire, which I like the Coalfire too. The Hawthorne livery I do not like so much. It's not bad, though. It's just not one of my personal favorites. But best in show, there we go. I have two best in shows. I have 2950 and the 2949. Got my Corsair, which doesn't have any paint schemes. Buccaneer, I don't think I have any paint schemes either, because there's no paints for the Buck I like. The Stormbringer is just not good paint. Funny note, the original concept for the ship, that big gun on the top, was supposed to be on the underside. Proved difficult for the landing gear, though. Okay, we got the M2. I do not have any paint jobs for the M2. But the M2 is not my permanent ship. It will become a Anvil Liberator at some point. The Inferno, I don't believe I have any paints for that either. Once again, I don't think I saw any good paints I want for it. Nomad, I do have the two Christmas paint jobs for the Nomad. Yeah, Nomad Deck the Hull. And we have the Icebreaker livery. I think we'll go with the light. You know, I don't use the Nomad. I don't know why I have a Nomad. I should not have a Nomad. I don't have anything waiting for it. But I have a Nomad. We are not changing the paint job on this. The Omega is out of the question. The Delta, on the other hand, it's got its typical green livery, which isn't bad. I like the green livery. It makes it more military, but, boink, that Icebreaker's not bad either. We'll use that. I mean, we could... What's the weapons on this thing? Now, this is the Mustang Delta. This is a slightly better variant of the Mustangs. And it's got rockets instead of missiles. I'm curious of something. You know what? We'll do it. All right, we'll do it. And we'll take it out. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. We might be flying this out of here. I might pull... Well, actually, what I can do is pull the Corsair up to Orison. Or Olisar. And then we can spawn the other ships up there at Olisar that we need as we go through. So, we might... You know, even though I A-rated the LN... You know, I am still standing here. Maybe I can A-rate the Mustang Delta, too, while I'm at it. I don't need a new jump drive, but I do need... I've already got 2 extra Glaciers, so I don't need to buy those. Power plant, I'll need a JS300. Oh, that's screwed up. One quick buy of that. Okay. Shield generators. We need some FR66s. And that's it. Dang it, wrong thing. Alright, so if we go here, God, I'm down around below 200,000 now. Let's go to the Mustang Delta here. We will, we'll play around with the Mustang Delta. I like the Mustang Delta, but, yeah, yeah. Those are bracers. We want glaciers. Glacier, we need a JS300. Boom. Don't worry about the quantum drive. Or 66. Now, we saved a bit of money because I didn't have to buy... I mean, I had already purchased the glaciers, and I was not going to get back what I put into them. So now I'm curious, can I sell the stock parts? Normally you can't. I was afraid of that. And so I'm going to let me sell the non-stock parts, which means the stock parts are going to be in my inventory, taking up space. So let's go here and go to vehicles. And let's see here, Torrent, Class 2C, drop item. Now see, this is going to suck because I can't get rid of the non... See, that's an EOS. I don't want the EOS. You know, it's stuff like that, but... And we're going to goof around a little bit with some stuff. Now that we're done goofing around over here... Whoa! Somebody came over here. We will have to make a trip back here, but Orison is not as complicated or as painful to get in and out of now. So you only got to get up 10 kilometers high like you do on any other planet. 10 kilometers from where you start. So it definitely makes it worthy. We're going to buy one more thing as we go here because it will be Corsair friendly. And we're going to take the Corsair up to Olisar and call the other two ships. Because they only need like 40 seconds to spawn. Or to be reclaimed. And since I have them outfitted and ready... So now I'm going to choose the Corsair. Quick buy. Buy. Quick buy. Quick buy. And quick buy. Okay. Okay, let's go clothing. I want to see if they've got any kind of jumpsuits or anything like that. We got jackets. I wonder if they consider the jumpsuits. No, that's shirts. Do they consider it jacket? They do. They consider them jackets. We'll definitely be looking at jumpsuits through here, because I want to be able to have my crew in a specific uniform when we man the ships. So knowing what I need to carry with me will be good. Alright, so we want miscellaneous. We want to quick buy. Okay. Now, those are all on that ship. Now if I go to sustenance, alright, so we'll have to transfer that over once I'm at the ship. Corsair. Let's go to miscellaneous. Let's go personal weapons, actually. True Hold Tractor Beam. Let's get an SRT attachment. Or wait, no. Well... get those attachments, and then we will get the SRT attachment. Okay, so we got those. We got the Oxy Torch, and might as well get the Orbit just to... Okay, so all that's on the Corsair at this point. Alright, so we've done that. and we'll get everything we need at the medical facility. Because I could take it. Yeah, it looks like Greenview's just now pulling up, so we'll go to Clearview or Cloudview. Cloudview.
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Perfect timing for the shuttle.
The next shuttle
Oh, I forgot to fill up my water.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
I'm curious, because if I see a priority, then I know there's still... Okay. There's racing. Lauderdale outskirts. I could go retake Korea. How much is that? 10,000 plus bonuses. That used to be almost a 40k mission for payout. So many people died. We're gonna go to the medical center before we go. We're gonna get stuff. The Corsair is gonna be. I'm gonna try and make the Corsair a base, not just a ship, but a base, a mobile base. Which means no crashing, being very cautious about when I get into engagements, getting her upgraded. I mean, she's already mostly upgraded with the best equipment on her. So doing cargo runs potentially, you know, just doing stuff with her, getting crewed, and just living on the ship in general. Well, I just remembered something. Get a bunch of those. Getting 5 of those. Paramed refills. We'll buy 5 of those. Okay, so the only thing not on the Corsair at this point is food and drink. But there isn't much food here to buy. Oh, that's not true. I just remembered where I could buy stuff. I can buy food here. I would love to buy some hamburgers and stuff that you see up. Buy some actual food instead of the prepackaged stuff that they have down here and the meal bars and all that other stuff. I would love to get, like, whammers on the ship. Which I can do it. It's just overly complicated. Because there's no, like, you know, store whammers on your ship. You know, no burritos on your ship. And it's like, but, which you can do, it's just a pain in the butt. Go down here to Corsair, boom. Miscellaneous, and now, see, we've got all these. Got colas, fizzes, coffees, and now we get down to these meal bars. And snaggle sticks, and, oh, we can't buy the burritos. Doesn't matter. I got burritos on my ship. Yay! Alright, off to the spaceport. Yay! Okay, now the Corsair has become my ship of, No, I can't crash it. It has to stay. I have to live in it. Because the Corsair is going to be my mobile base.
Last call for passengers.
But now I have medical gear. I will be transferring any weapons I think I need that I don't care about losing. If not, I may have to do a bunker or two, but I'm not worried about doing bunkers right now. There's the starport right there. You can see Providence platform right out there.
If this is your stop, please prepare to dismiss. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is
That's where this will be going. It's Providence platform. Nice. To the starport. Now remember, it was that way. Struggles. So that over there should be Providence. Yep, right there. Which means greens or clear cloud views over there somewhere, or over there. That audio is streaming in. It hasn't fully loaded in, which is why it's making that noise. Huh.
Welcome to the ASOS vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, we're going to take the Corsair out. The Corsair is the ship we want to use to get around. Corsair is going to be jumping from and from while we claim the two light fighters. So 20. Because it will be faster to use the Corsair to get around from orbit to orbit, from planet to planet, for interplanetary travel. What was it? Hangar 20. Wow, it put me way out there. Holy crap, that's one of the big hangars too, I think. 2 kilometers out. So I made some oatmeal cookies and they came out. Man, they taste burnt. I think it was the pan I used. I tried to wash it thoroughly, but I probably didn't wash it right. Or maybe it was the fact I used canola oil instead of butter. That wasn't good. Corsair. Now, supposedly she sits just a wee bit higher. It makes it so the elevator doesn't have too many issues. And we now have a close button for it. We don't have to walk onto the... I love all the features on the Corsair. This should be the way almost every ship is in the game when it goes live, is I can select different buttons and stuff. So now that we're in here, definitely going to be another. Oh, I did put it in here. Okay, so it's just actually sustenance I need to drop over. Because I have 100 burritos and everything. Wait, what happened here? Well, this is not broken. Well, that's not good. I didn't want Snow Pico. Let's see here. You can't close it because it doesn't technically exist. Interesting. What did I move? Okay, it'd be in sustenance, right? Yep. Well, this is gonna be problematic. Okay, that worked. There we go, now we got lights. That'll work. Sweet, okay, so it does allow me to do this at least. Vehicle. Filter, sustenance. Okay, that's the magic number. Okay. So we got 27 burritos and 100 of these drinks, which the drinks will also give me nutrition as well as hydration. But this will give me more. It gives me just a little bit more nutrition. All right. Now it's so heavy to one side, it tilted. All right. So now if I go into here. Open. Sweet. All right, good, good. So if we go to utility on vehicle, we go utility. I got all kinds of stuff here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 5. Come on. 5. Go to ammo, and I should have 5 of these and 5 of these, and boom. No, as far as I'm concerned, those can stay in that inventory. That's for me. And we got food in here. We got undersuits, clothing. What kind of? And I got nothing in clothing. That's armor. I was clicking on undersuits. So if I click undersuits here, I have access to undersuits, but those are all my subscriber gear and unreplaceables. Because there we've got the undersuit red alert. We got the Pembroke exploration. But we can buy those. I'm not so worried about those. Alright, so now we've got the ship set up mostly. We will be looking for better stuff. Close, it did its open thing, and I guess while I was doing that I could have done this. Initiate startup protocol.
Affirmative, Commander.
Cover configuration.
Right away, Captain.
Raise landing gear.
Landing gear up.
I'm exiting slowly because of the wing up top. Deploy wings.
Affirmative, Captain.
Thank you. And please visit again.
I just need to get to 10 kilometers. Or basically 90 kilometers. Or 90,000 meters, which is 90 kilometers. Full power to engines, and we should be able to keep burning for a while. It'll recharge more quickly. We're at 84, 85. We got 5 kilometers to go. It's the cooldown that sucks on it a lot. Okay, we need 3 kilometers to go. We'll get back into playing DCS World at some point too. I just wanted to fly this for a while. Star Citizen is my bread and butter. Give me a second, we're gonna do something real quick. And now, if I look at stream, should be, is it working? Nope, it's not working. I have to fix Spotify. Give me a second.
On the whole, do you feel happy or do you feel?
I feel so happy.
What happened to this feeling, messianic feeling that you described before?
I feel that it's.
Yeah, it's
that's what I
acting weird.
described. I feel that it's very valid.
Yeah, it's acting weird. Alright, so now... I had Port Olisar right in front of me. Where did it go? There it is. Look at that, we're just coming out of the clouds too. That is so awesome. Deploy landing gear.
Lowering landing gear.
Okay, so the wings should automatically go up. Yep, there they go. Might not be close enough to request landing. Okay, we did. We got landing. All right. We're gonna pull a little tricky maneuver here. I think I got cat fur in my controls. I gotta get in there, tear it apart again, and clean it. I just had cat fur just drawing down in my face. Hover configuration.
Affirmative, Captain.
I gotta get in there and clean it. I gotta find a way to keep it clean now. God bless it. Because it's an open system, so I gotta get in there and clean out the bearings again. Get the cat fur out of it. Not too bad of a landing. Let's
Landing complete.
there we go, that's better. There we go. Hey, take a minute to go off. Initiate shutdown protocol.
Acknowledged, Commander.
Hold my exit lever. Yay, everybody, look! I pulled an exit lever and got out of the ship. Gone. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Something tells me I need to hurry and get out of this thing and get it stored. I'm sure someone just claimed a ship and it's getting blown to hell. Alright. The return button didn't work so well. Look at Dumper's Depot. Just where I need to go. No, not really. I have both my ships outfitted. That I want outfitted. This is... The Corsair is mainly a travel ship. She is not... I'm not taking her into a fight unless I have to. And I'm not going to be taking her in solo right now. She's not outfitted for solo fights. That is the drawback to Port Olisar. Anything sitting on a pad can be shot at. So hopefully this doesn't bug out. So it looks like it's stored, so we're in good shape. So now we need consolidated outlands. We're going to take the Mustang Delta. 48 seconds. We're going to go for the RSI Aurora LN. 40 seconds, so 10 seconds difference between those two ships. Both these ships that I'm calling in are the combat variants of their hull designs. Matter of fact, the Mustang Delta, according to lore, was supposed to compete with the Arrow and the Gladius. It did not succeed, but that's where it was supposed to compete. Yeah, they started selling Lux here, or Cruise Lux, instead of water. It used to be the Vestal water that you have sitting there. Sitting there, that's what used to be here. Here you go, you deal with it. We'll go do that one before we do the, because doing the other one will take some time. B08. Character customization isn't that important right now. Oh god, I forgot my helmet. I'm gonna die. Oh! I forgot my helmet. Oh, I can't believe I forgot my helmet. Yeah. Rookie mistake, man. Rookie mistake. Now, in theory, okay, they gave me a beacon, so I lost my typical RSI one. I did. So I lost my med pen and my pistol. Because even though I was in an Armistice zone, it does not keep it. Because it does not consider Olisar an Armistice zone because it does not have a medical facility. ground floor. This doesn't look ominous at all. Question is, does it come with ammunition? I think an NPC has me. Let's call it a hunch. Let's say LH86 number 3. Interesting. Yep, there's the jerk that pushed me, and there we go, I'm back on. All right. Somebody went down over by ArcCorp or Microtech. Oh! We can actually carry ammunition on the belts of these things now. Nice! I think it's in place of our medical pens. I'll be willing to bet. Medical pens on the Corsair, so I don't really, I guess I could. I mean, I would really like to be able to load those, but I guess I'm gonna have to put it on the MR, get out of our Mistus, and then be able to load it. Let's see what happens if I buy a couple of med pens real quick. Dying was not what I had in mind. Yeah, if you can't tell, that went wrong. So horribly wrong. Just because I forgot my helmet. I was like, wait, why does it sound like I'm choking? I might, had I not turned around and actually gotten into the Delta, I might have made it. I would have just had to come back down to Orison to get my helmet back on. Just went 2. Okay, so now if I go here, personal inventory, and I go to utility, good, and I can still mount those. Look at that. That's actually impressive. Now to go to the starport and try this all over again. We'll take the MR up or the Avenger. I'm not sure which. No, what? You know what? No, never mind. I'm going to take something fast, stupid fast. I'm gonna take something stupid fast. Something I don't normally take. Either the Mustang Omega? Yeah, you know what? Let's take the Mustang Omega up. Let's get fancy with it. Ooh, it looks like it just showed up. I'm a sprinting. Because I can buy ammo up at Porto as well. Go to the starport. So it is just to the left of Providence. So what's that right there? Someone's taking off in a C2 or an M2 or an A2. Can't tell which. Well, I guess I can zoom in and see what the paint job is. Looks like an M2. The M2 is a little bit heavily more armored than the C2, and a little bit better armed than the C2.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark.
So it can take more of a punch. The A2
Last call for passengers.
sacrifices cargo space in the M2 for bomb bays. Why are these back to back?
The next shuttle last call for
It's supposed to be shuffling. This lady has a really great voice. We're gonna take the Omega. Hangar 7. We're spending most of the time today just trying to get set up to do something. Mustang Omega. She's got an extra thruster back here, just like the Gamma does. But she's got a slightly better refresh rate on her boost, but only by a fraction. So it's not a huge advantage over the Gamma. I mean, it could make or break it in the end, but not by much. Initiate startup protocol.
Okay, Commander.
Hover configuration.
Affirmative.
Raise landing gear. should be Providence right there, and that should be Greenview down there. Or Cloudview. I keep saying Greenview because it's Green Circle is the name of the... Wow, I'm surprised I'm able to fly around here like this. Oh. Oh, no, they impounded my ship. They impounded my ship, and because I was... For your safety, your ship has been relocated. Oh no! Pay fine. They were back this way. Oh, that's funny. I have a CS1, which they cannot kill me for now, in theory. But if I do remember, there they are. There's the terminal. Fail finds. Man, I'm just running in all kinds of trouble today, aren't I, folks? I don't know how to stay out of trouble here. Let me do this real quick. Oh, fudge me raw. Make sure this is working. Sometimes it's not working and I have to check. Oh, good. Now that's working. That wasn't working before. What is going on with my stream today? I give up. I surrender. It's working. Why? You know what? Forget it. Forget I said anything. Yep. What time is it here? I got another couple hours yet. Alright. So let's try to get something done. I've just been having bad luck. It's just poor... Not bad luck, just poor performance on my part. I haven't destroyed a single thing. I've died. I've been setting things up because came back from scratch. I didn't realize I was starting from scratch again. So, because I do not. It says it's stored on Port Olisar, which is good.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Hangar 7. Alright, let's try this again. And we won't goof around. That was fun flying around, though. I enjoyed doing that. I guess I could have just gone to a hangar and paid it.
You are clear to launch.
Initiate startup protocol.
Acknowledged.
Raise landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
It's wearing Dane. Well, I know where Port Olisar is. I bet I've been looted though. in this system. Yeah, it looks like Daymar. We're already at 90,000. This ship already cut through all that without even having to... Oh, they're a yellow. This could be a trap. So it's probably a good idea I'm going now. I may not be able to help him. Not if he's at Grim Hex. He died at Grim Hex. He's on his own. Oh, wait. I forgot. I'm not tracking the right thing. Where is he? Oh, he's on... Wait, no, that's me. Where is this guy at? Should be selling. Come on. Where is it? That's not it. Not it. Not it. Where is it? There it is. There's Korea. Nope, nope, that's not good. I'm gonna end up in prison trying to get this guy. Nope. Ooh. That was rough. She was a bit squirrely there. And now I'm in prison? I'm in prison. Yep, I'm in prison. Alright, here we go.
Hello and welcome. You have been placed in a cluster rehabilitation, so you're interested in our work release program?
Oh, oh no, 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 oh, 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 that was lucky. That was so lucky. Now we're in prison.
Ready to take the next step on the road to rehabilitation? Find time today to think about how you can make amends for all the wrongs you've done. Any negative can become a positive with a little bit of work.
I got 8 minutes. Alright, so what do we got here? Alright, this has not been a good day. We'll do this. Route 2, depth 5. Fantastic. We don't want inmate processing. We want to go here to the work mines, and we'll go Route 2, depth 5. No sense in escaping for 8 minutes worth of time. Let's make it worse. I'll jump it up to 18 if I screw up.
When venturing out,
The heck is this?
Due to your recent actions, you are forced to add time to your sentence. Use this extra time to think about what you've done.
Well, they're not a problem anymore. Oh, that was bad. That was very horrible of me. I was curious to see what I was up against. I couldn't tell if they were AI or human. They don't look human, so... yeah, that's, can I get? Or am I gonna have to mine? Yeah, I'm gonna have to mine. I screwed that up, because now I'm considered murdering them. They are suffocating. If they were just standing there, I don't think those were players. Okay, looks like I'm doing this the hard way. Because, yeah, now I just upped it. It's like I shouldn't have done that. Okay, well, that works now. Ooh, a loot box. What do we got here? A shiv. Food. Medical. Is that an oxy pen? Sweet, I can stay out here longer. And water. There we go.
Attention! Attention! Please direct your attention towards the front gates. One of our guests has completed their rehabilitation and is being released. Let's give them a round of applause. Good luck back in the world, civilian. That's probably not going to get me a lot. But it'll help. Look around, make sure we're not missing any. Another aphrite rock. Man, this thing exploded everywhere, but we know we got another big aphrite rock right there, so... We also know if we go deeper, we'll get more stuff that's more, like Dolivine and stuff. I shouldn't have killed those guys. And they're probably still not showing as dead. They're probably still showing as, knocked out. The rock up here. Six seems to be the sweet spot. Hey, the system's working a lot better than what it had been.
That's a lot. Even for Aphorite, that's a lot. I wonder if they've adjusted some things a little bit to make it... There we go. Just double check and making sure that's not rendering in right. Hey, Epic Pig, how you doing? Oh, that's gonna be bad. I hadn't played this in a while. I've been having a rough week. I just didn't have the... I want to get DCS back into the rotation, though. Because we kind of stopped playing it here for a few weeks. But I do plan on getting it back into the rotation. Because Sundays are generally my whatever day, and I've just had a real rough week, and yesterday I didn't even want to play Star Citizen as it was. And Star Citizen generally gets me the most views. So I want to stick with it. And I do like Star Citizen, though. It is one of my favorite games that I've, even though it's still in alpha, it is by far one of my favorite games that I've ever played. But yeah, DCS World has its benefits as well, and I love that. I after I got used to flying that Tomcat, it was just, I just loved it. And I had the A10 stuff for a while. I just never really sat down long enough to play it. But right now what I'm trying to do is get out of prison. Okay, so those are AI running around. I murdered 2 of them. If you're wondering what happened. I murdered 2 other prisoners. Otherwise, I'd have been out of here in just a few minutes. Yeah, we did get a wipe. Yeah, it's right now I'm in the PTU. We get wiped about every time they patch it. So I have to start over. I haven't dogfight, or I haven't had a real dogfight or blown anything up yet. I got myself blown up. I've suffocated myself because I forgot to put my helmet back on. Because I almost never take it off, so I don't think about having it. Yeah, having all these random prisoners running around down here is actually kind of scary now. Because it means that, yeah, potentially, they could be a player and walk up behind me and murder me while I'm doing this. And steal everything I've mined. So that they could get out sooner. Even after they murder me. Though, that said... No, it's just a piece of the rock. Part of the reason why I'm having trouble seeing down here is because of the lights I got that are beating down on me. It makes it so I can't see my monitor very well. Now, I'm not exactly mining the best rocks. Ooh, Dolivine. That'll help. Dolovine's easier to mine than what I've been mining. At least so I thought.
Your sentence has been increased again.
He walked in front of me! Whoa. Man, this is... Oof, that was a rough one. Wait. Okay, so there we are. This will buy me a little bit more. I can only imagine how much time I have now because of that fool. But yeah, this is getting interesting now that you can... Oh no, am I full? Yep, look at all that. I thought the stuff was supposed to stack now. Interesting. Okay, so where am I over here? There's that red light there to that machine. Okay, so there's still more Dolovine, but I'm going to head back up. That says 02. So I'm still on 01. I never made it out of 01. I saw those guys and I was like, wait, are those players or are those... There's the two guys I knocked out that are technically dead because I took their suit and helmet off. So that's that. So that should be over here. No, that's what I found. More Haydenite there. Or, wait. There it is. I see the exit now. So what are you up to today, Epic Pig? I'm only gonna be playing for about another hour and a half. I might have to go help my mom. So, or I might just stay playing until my mom calls. I haven't decided yet. I do need to buy bread. I'm out of bread. I'm out of money to buy bread. So, yeah, that's we are heading back into the 1930s. Of the Great Depression. At least that's the way I'm seeing it right now because inflation is getting out of hand. Oh, wait. No, this was the way in. Because that's 3, yeah. Where are the kiosks for out here? Did they move them in? Oh, they probably moved them in. So that we don't suffocate out here when we need oxygen.
Here's a friendly reminder to leave all materials found during mining. Remember, delivering harvested elements can drastically reduce.
Let me back out here real quick. Somebody's backpack. There used to be consoles right here. Where did they go?
Here's a friendly reminder to leave all materials found during mining expeditions outside the living area. These might contain contaminants that may be harmful.
Yeah, now I'm up to 3 hours. Holy crap. Just because I murdered that guy. But I don't see where to turn in my... Did they move them, or are they just not showing up? Yeah, they're not over here. Every one of these are our cells. So it's not going to be there. And if it's not in the center here of the information terminal, maybe they're part of the commissary? Because I don't see them alongside here at all. It says buy only. Are they at the start of each of the mine? Is that what's going on now? Because they're not here. They're not over there. Trying to keep an eye out because I know I went down Route 2, but now I'm going down Route 1. Because I saw something that looked like a kiosk terminal. Right there, yeah, there it is. Okay, they've moved them to down here instead of us having to run all the way back.
Due to your recent actions, we've reduced time on your sentence. Isn't that great?
So how much time do I got left now? I'm down to 2 hours. So with everything I mined, I lost an hour. And that was about 15 minutes worth of mining. That Dolovine helped quite a bit. So we're going to come down here a little bit because sometimes the good stuff hides back here. Yep, right there's a good one. Scanning, it's Dolovine, obviously. Because murderers aren't going to get the easy in and out now. Come on, almost there. Got it. Perfect. Hi, Linku. How you doing? Oh, I'm aware, but I don't have one right now to do. And I don't like escaping because it adds more time. More of a personal preference. Whoa, forgot about that. There it is. Let's see if an O2 mission has popped back up for me, because I came across a couple of people in the down here, and I didn't realize they were NPCs. And I didn't know what they were doing, so I kind of took them out. Yeah, I put a lot of money here. So let's see if an O2's come up. Okay, so I do have a new one. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do that one too. And we're already in depth 1, or we're already in Route 1. I just need to go down several depths. Just go ahead and deposit those 10. Where are we at? Oh, we might be experiencing an issue here. Okay, so we're down to an hour and a half. That's not bad. I live, I keep, and alt in prison to storm parents. I'm wondering how that's going to go for people, because I think they didn't want us having alt accounts. It was the idea, but they haven't really cracked down on that and stuff, so be aware. The idea is that they didn't want us having duplicate accounts. But that was the idea originally. I don't know if I haven't read anything where that's changed, because they don't want you avoiding. They don't want you avoiding your sentences. So don't be surprised if it comes down the pipe and they start banning alt accounts or people who are living in prison. You say that, just because they're allowing it now doesn't mean they will later. Because initially that was the thing they were going to crack down on, is alternate accounts. That was the one thing they were going to stop, what was it, about 5 or 6 years ago. So, I'm just warning you. Don't be surprised if they start cracking down on that. Okay. But then if you're doing that and avoiding your prison sentences, then you're not really playing the game properly from my perspective, because the whole reason you go to prison is because you're committing crime. If you're committing crime, there's penalties for that. And if you're using an alt account to avoid those, they may rescind that. Because they've already said to us that they'll rescind lifetime insurance on the ships if we misuse those. So if you're misusing your alt accounts, be prepared. They may rescind that. Or cancel all your alt accounts. Just be aware of that. Nope. No, I'm still in there. It just says "com lost." Yeah. They will crack down on abuse. And they've already said so many times. Especially for us LTI owners. And don't be surprised if people bring it up in the forums, like, wait a minute. Because the whole idea for you going to prison is to go to prison. It's not because you're doing bad things. That's been one of my holdups about prison, is for me, I think it's too easy to get out. I think getting out of prison should be more challenging. But I don't think it should be more challenging right now because of how the prison system is. Nice. I'm just one below that. I've been playing since 2014. Yeah, but you go in there, you grind. The primary, but see, that's what I'm getting at. It's the primary character that's getting out. It's the one with all your stuff. You know, you have a Aurora MR or something like that your $30 package that you bought. And you're using that to kind of grind and hold on while it's staying in there. but you use that, you transfer it, then your other guy gets out immediately. But yeah, you're right. You're already putting the time in on that guy. So you got a point, and he's just transferring the merits to get out. And that's no different than having another character grind for cash and then handing the cash over to the one that needs it. So you do have a point. Hey, which one am I on? You do... Oh, God, I went right past it. I was moving so quick I didn't even notice. But I wonder if they'll adjust that so you can't do that too often. Okay, so this was 11. I walked right by it like a dozen times. I was not paying attention. I was looking at the chat more.
Keep it up.
In theory, I should be close to getting out now. Now, did they do that on every level or just level 1? Or just... Because it'd be nice if they put those in every level instead of having to go all the way to depth 1. What's my oxygen look like? 34%. Let's go hit that kiosk that I just fixed. I would assume that's what would happen anyway, but yeah, that makes sense. What, so you used to be able to pre-transfer merits? So wait. You used to be able to grind, transfer merits to the guy you're about to commit crimes on just so that he would be free the second he got into prison. That's messed up. I'm glad they kind of corrected that. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting little loophole that they fixed. But yeah, you know, when she said, yeah, but you still got to grind on the other character, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's one of those things that could be argued, but on the same note, it makes sense, and something's doing the time to make the effort and all that other stuff. So yeah, yeah, you got a valid point. Still don't agree with that concept, but it's a valid point, and the time's being paid in one way or another. Completely valid. And see, that makes me wonder how truly big the orgs are if they're using a bunch of alts to do stuff like that, you know? Because that was something that we were trying to do in Star Trek Online when I was playing. When I play, I still got to play that later today for the event campaign that they're running. But you know, that's one of the things we did with the fleets, with our fleet in particular, is we didn't use our alts to inflate the org roster, or the fleet roster. So what we did instead was we allowed ourselves to have like 2 to 3 alts. That way we didn't have like 20 or 30 alts per person. Because it made the fleet, in all honesty, it made the fleet look bigger than it actually was, therefore probably more appetizing to join would be my appropriate term. But then that's like tricking people in a little bit, because your fleet wasn't as big as it actually is, and same thing goes for orgs. Your orgs isn't actually as big as it says it is if you've got like 5 or 10 alts per person. Which I know in this game, getting an alt requires you to spend more money, meaning buying another account and all that other stuff. But in Star Trek Online, you only need one account to create multiple alts, so... But it does raise the question: how big is an org truly when you have how many SOAS alts? So let's say everybody had one alt. Well, your 500 person org is really only 250. So not nearly as big as you're saying. And I know people playing Eve did the same thing. I know people playing Eve did the same thing. They had multiple alts. If somebody died, they had another alt to come in on and come back into the fight if they needed to. Let's see how good we are here.
A percentage of all your hard work
20 minutes still, dear Lord.
Less fortunate. Together, we can turn your wrongs into a whole lot of right.
Let's take a look here. Alright, so... Gotcha, so neither of your alts are. Gotcha. Other than something like Star Trek Online, I never really found the urge to really do more than one character. Unless I'm playing something like Star Trek Online where it doesn't cost me more money to have an alt. I don't have that kind of disposable income to do that. And right now I'm in a position where I don't have that income to even attempt it. So, and to be realistic, most people aren't gonna be able to afford, to have multiple alts on average. as cheap as they seem, you know, it's not as lucrative. It's going to be lucrative for those that can afford it. And even Star Trek Online had their limits, but, you know, it's like you could generate, I think, up to... I think now you can have up to 8 or 9. 8 or 9. Alts before you have to start buying them. So yeah, alts are questionable at times, but yeah.
Attention! Attention! Please direct your attention towards the front gates. One of our guests has completed their rehabilitation and is being released. Let's give them a round of applause. Good luck back.
But I guess it's up to the folks who do have alts to help those that don't when they're working with them, I guess, right? Guess you could help out one of your org mates as well if they end up going to prison. You have your guy in prison there ready to hand out for them too, I guess. Right? I guess you just keep running those O2 missions, don't you, over and over again? Gotta get them all. I am convinced that messing with the scroll wheel while dealing with the mining slows down my walk speed, because I have to recorrect it after I'm done. I only need a few pieces, I don't need a lot. Because it's only 20 minutes. Or 30, a little over 30. There's one right there. Only gotta do this a few times, I think. Oh gosh, this is gonna be fun. Massive 0.1. Well, what if they make the oxygen missions more scarce? Or more people are in prison doing them. Hand mining might be your best way out, other than escaping. Otherwise, you're just running around hoping to catch an O2. But that said, I think your average player doesn't want to do criminal things. I think that's why we don't see that too much. Oh, don't tell me that that did that. I saw that go through the ground. Yep. It just all went into the ether. Yeah. I just don't want it being too easy to get out of. That's my thing. It's prison. It's supposed to be... Prison is not supposed to be fun. Prison is not supposed to be easy to get out of. Prison is not something that... It's meant as a punishment. The boring ring? Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be a boxing ring, isn't it? Hey, look at that. I don't think I want that, though, because of the last one. That's right, it was this one. Well, yeah, because they're on the right side of the law. You don't get punished for being on the right side of the law. You get punished for being on the wrong side of the law. The fact he fails getting shot out of the sky and having to respawn and everything is his punishment. That's the thing. Crime is about risk. Crime is not about doing things right. Bounty hunters just take the risk that they're going to be losing stuff. High risk, high reward. And that's the point of prison. That's the point of doing crime. The bounty hunters are not getting paid nearly as much as you are for doing crime. If you look at how much we get paid, we only get paid like 40, 50K when we're bounty hunting to hunt you guys. But you guys can make millions doing all the wrong things. So that does level out. There's a difference between being on the right side and the wrong side. That's not, well, with this you will be. With this new patch coming out, you're gonna be. You're gonna be able to attack ships, stop them, take their cargo, the whole 9 yards. Something you've all been complaining about till this point. And that's another thing they're gonna have to work on, because and I agree with you there. That's not right. That's wrong, and it sucks. And I've said this about the criminals, because the criminals do the same thing. It's not just the people that do that. I don't combat log because it's wrong. And SIG is trying to make it so that when you try to log out like that, or you crash or anything like that, you stay in for 5 minutes. Now, there's a difference between being dishonest and honest, and that's dishonest. Absolutely dishonest. I had a guy, we were doing Siege of Orison, he was sniping my friends, or my squad mates, and I came by in an Inferno, or not an Inferno, but a Ion, and started strafing him. And he just dove off the ledge and logged an Alt F4'd. So that I couldn't kill him. So yeah, that's, that right there, he didn't pay for his crime for killing everybody. He probably, I don't know if he ended up in jail or at Grim Hex, but he definitely didn't, I'm sure he didn't end up in prison. And that's the stuff that annoys me. That's the stuff that kind of gets me, is because it's the same stuff people used to pull in other games all the time. Not just this game. People pulled it in other games as well. It's what they do. I think I'm free now. Yep, I hear it. Yep, I'm clear. Yeah, well, yes, pad ramming needs to be dealt with. Any type of pad ramming should be susceptible to a sentence. I do agree with you there. But is it because they thought they couldn't defeat you, or is it because they wanted to get you just before you took off? But still, there should be a bigger penalty in that. Like, they should not have completed the bounty hunter. And you shouldn't be put in prison for it. Or, maybe you should go to prison, but he doesn't get paid because of the action he took.
Here's a friendly reminder to leave all materials found during mining.
Or that they took. Because you're right. Pad ramming in any degree is horrible and annoying, and I've said this in the past, if pad ramming can't be dealt with, and that may be true for one guy in particular. I don't disagree with that. I was just trying to prove, that there are maybe other alternatives, but you were the one that had the experience, not me, so. Exactly, yeah, and that shouldn't have been right.
Attention! Please direct
Yeah, well, he got the 3-day ban for pad ramming, not really for what he did to you. Which at least it's bannable, and that has helped a little bit. I don't hear about pad ramming as often as I used to. 'Cause, man, pad ramming was horrible back during, dear Lord, what was it, around 2015, 2016? God, pad ramming was miserable. You spawn in your ship, and then boom! And then they go after the big ships. They wouldn't go after the little ships, they go after the big ships. But sometimes they go after the little guy, you know, especially the Auroras and stuff. They go after the new people. So they couldn't get off the ground. It was mean. It was absolutely deplorably mean. Hey, look, I still got my guns and everything. I guess that's a benefit of going to prison a little bit. If I hadn't murdered those guys, I'd have been out of prison a long time ago. But I murdered those guys, so... Yeah, I'm definitely not... Yeah, I'm one step below you in wing. I don't know if I'm ever gonna make wing commander. That's a lot of money, and I am too short on money right now to even attempt that. Wait, what is this going on? What is this? I'm not sure what that was even. Yeah, but here's the thing. You do it too much to them, they're not going to want to come back because they'll never think they have a chance. That's my problem with hitting all the new people right now. Is a lot of these guys aren't in orgs. A lot of these guys are new to the game. A lot of these guys are just trying to figure out how to do something, and they're being pounced, essentially. They don't stand a chance. Because they don't even understand how to fly yet, let alone dogfight. And most of them aren't even looking to dogfight. They're looking to run cargo. But if they can never get off the deck, and it's not just you, there's a whole subsection of people out there doing that. And when you're not doing it, somebody else is. And it creates a negative feeling for the people. The hard part is getting people together and launching an assault force that can take you out. Because they're about ready to change the whole flight mechanic on you guys. I didn't say you kill it on the deck, because most of those ships spawn in hangars now. So you're not attacking them while they're on the deck. You're attacking them as they come out of the deck. Gotcha. Now where are we at? Hangar 4. That may be true for you, but like I said, if you kill somebody and then somebody kills you, but somebody else moves in to take your position over and they do kill people on the deck or as they're leaving the hangar, you know, it still gets disruptive to them. And there's some people, they'll sit over Everest Harbor or Port Olisar or a lot of these places and just assault people over and over and over and over again. There is no letting people go. Initiate. Oh, 1 second. Initiate startup protocol.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Trust me, I get what you're saying, but there's just too many people out there doing the same thing. It makes things difficult. I've worked with at least 3 or 4 people in the last 6 months, at the very least, that almost completely gave up on the game because of it. Praise landing gear.
Landing gear up.
Now that I know what causes that.
Thank you. Please, Mrs. Again.
But I do appreciate you being kinder about it than most. That's for sure. Because some people are not kind about it. Let's be real. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, wait, I can? Oh my gosh, I can... Okay. I'll take it. Oh, I'm still spooling. Oh, wait, that's taking forever. I hope so. Okay, eventually they'll have to. But I think we're a long way off from there. And even that, they gotta get Vulcan fully implemented first, I think, before they'll even do, or before they'll do that. Altitude's at 10. Alright, let's do this. Perfect. Altitude's at 8 kilometers. I don't know if they'll do it midway through beta. I think they'll do it here towards the end of alpha, actually. Alright, Eclipse is my target? Yep, it is. Okay, let's see how this works. Wait. Oh, jeez. Oh, God! I couldn't see the ground! And I'm back in prison. I will bet you I'm back in prison. I hate the dark side of things. I haven't. Yeah, I need to get Reshade installed on PTU. Yeah. I got to where that's not usually the case for me, but I got used to using Reshade so that I could see the ground. So I kind of got... I was trying to pay attention to the altimeter, but I wasn't, because I was tunnel visioned. Yeah, I used to too, until I put Reshade into the game, and it gave me the night vision. Because Sig's got it. They said as long as you're using Reshade 5.3 and you're using these certain settings, you're allowed to use it. But if you get caught using it to do anything else other than that, you're in trouble. They have flatly said this. I went and looked too, and it's there on Spectrum. They have authorized the use of Reshade 5.3 until they get night vision into the game. Because a lot of people were asking that. They're like, hey, yeah, why don't we use Reshade? Let's see here. Okay, well, yeah, a lot of people were like, yeah, Reshade needs to, it's like we don't have night vision in the game, and modern jet fighters use Reshade, use night vision. So that's why they're authorizing the use of 5.3 right now, and the use of those settings for night vision. That is correct. So it doesn't account for mountains and hills. That is correct. But then again, most altimeters, when you're flying, you have to make those adjustments on the fly anyway. There's some airports that are at altitude. You have to know that your altimeter is not going to read 0 when you go to look at that. And one good place to keep that in mind is Colorado. Colorado in the United States, the airport there around, I want to say around Denver? Maybe not Denver, but it's got an altitude of like 1,000 feet. Or maybe not 1,000, but it's pretty high. And they have to adjust for that when they're landing. It's just a matter of taking time to fly and understand that things are at altitude. Okay. Really, a mile? 5,000 feet? Holy crap. I thought it was only 1,000, my bad. I didn't realize it was over 5,000, or wait. No, it's 2,580 feet, that's right. Wait, am I right? Or am I wrong? Now I gotta look that up. Thanks. But maybe I should get off the tram first before I look that up. Because that would probably, if I'm right, that's 5,000. It's either 5,280 feet, which, or it's 2,580 or 5,280. I can't remember which is a mile.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Gotcha. I used to dream to go to the Air Force Academy. That's how I know that. Then I got these. Kind of killed that one in the bud. I was not a happy camper at 17 when I got these. Because when I was 17, you couldn't get laser eye surgery for combat pilots. Yeah, so it's got to be 2,580 feet for a mile. But I'm double checking anyway, just to make sure. Yeah, 5,280. Okay. Whew, that's pretty high up.
Enjoying the view? Our recently redesigned Crusader Industries shuttlecraft featured expanded vista opportunities with their signature crystal paintings.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but what was it? I was working with an Air Force major, and he was the one that was telling us about the differences in flying out of certain altitudes, and he used Denver International Airport as an example because of how high it was in relation to a lot of other airports and Air Force bases. Because he flew out of that area. He flew F-106s and A-10s, and he was running our Air Force JROTC classes. He brought in gun camera footage of the A-10 runs he did. Oh, nice. I'm sure he did that for many, many, many years. I'm going to say he's retired, so that was definitely a career. How do we keep from dying more? While that's happening, I'm already in it. It looked like I wasn't wearing it there for a second. So was your father actually, well, you said he retired from the Air Force Academy. Was he just an instructor there, or was he actually Air Force?
Remember to breathe freely, stay hydrated, and take plenty of rest breaks.
To the ASOP
If
vehicle
symptoms
retrieval
persist,
system.
please contact a medical professional for additional assistance.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Vehicle selected.
I don't like what they've done to the mass drivers.
Delivered to the following location.
One craft, any mission. Crusader Industries proudly presents the Hercules, our standard-setting, all-purpose tactical starfighter.
The mass drivers used to have a slightly higher velocity than the cannons, but they had less ammo than the cannons, so they weren't. So that was their trade-off, and now it seems like that trade-off is gone. So now I have less ammo and less velocity. Because I used to be able, I initially, when they brought out these mass drivers, I used to be able to one-tap the Vandal and Vandal Swarm. Straight to the cockpit. Vandal gone. I used to aim for the cockpits. I used to be that good I could aim for the cockpit. Initiate startup protocol.
Affirmative.
You are clear to launch.
All systems operational.
Gotcha. My uncle was my aunt married my uncle, and he was a Navy SEAL, and then he was a Navy SEAL during at the start of Vietnam, or his first tour in Vietnam, and then raise landing gear,
Retracting landing module.
and then yeah, we all were. I was the same way. But yeah, my uncle served in Vietnam for 3 tours. One as a Navy SEAL, but when his time was up in the Navy, he swapped over to the Army, and then he spent time with Army intelligence behind enemy lines. And in his 3rd tour, I'm not sure exactly what he was doing during his 3rd tour, but he got captured. So he was a POW, and he was not treated nicely, I can put it that way. So I had somebody reminding me that not to do certain things in life. Besides just my parents and my grandparents. So we're gonna try this again here. Let's see here. I think I got the kill, didn't I? I did. I got the kill somehow. If I go to Bounty Hunter, now I got Bounty Hunter missions. That's Hurston. That's Crusader, so I have to do this one. So I'm trying to try out some of the stuff here. The rockets were hitting. The sledges... I got sledge 2s all over this thing, so I wanted to give a good try of these, but I think they need to... I don't think I fired. Those pirate cutlasses, I'm pretty sure are firing sledge. Or firing railguns. Or not railguns, but mass drivers. Mass drivers, railguns, they're about the same thing. Railguns have a high velocity, though. And mass drivers do the same thing. They accelerate something to a high velocity. It's just how high is that velocity when you're taking a metal asteroid and slinging it. Trying to find that sweet spot where I'm not going to worry about slamming into an asteroid. This used to be tricky because the rocks never spawned in fast enough. Going after an eclipse. I missed. Missed again. That should have hit. Oh, I hate it when they just stop like that out of nowhere. Where is he? There he is. He's hitting me when he shouldn't be hitting me. Okay, time to do this. Where did he go? There he is. It's right there. Yeah, I'm not too excited about this. These used to work even better in the past. Oh!
Buongiorno.
Okay, that was doing better than I thought. How much did that take me? Nearly 30 shots? Okay, that was a little bit better than I thought. Well, I don't know. And the Eclipse isn't a... It's pretty nimble for what it is, but you are correct. It is not a dogfighter. It shouldn't be dogfighting me. But, and I'll say this, they were able to put rotary racks inside the B2 to launch things other than nuclear armaments. So the potential is here for us to swap out not only on the Retaliator but also the Eclipse, where we could put in rotary missile racks and be able to be anti-fighter and fire large amounts of missiles. Or swap out the torpedo bays, because the Retaliator is classified as a bomber. So there shouldn't be too much to be able to swap out its armament for a different bomb load. But she is geared around specifically having those rotary racks for the torpedoes, which creates an issue. Oh yeah, I'm aware it's a bomber. But she's definitely nimble for a bomber. Just like the Gladiator. The Gladiator is classified as a bomber, and I don't see her being a bomber unless they change how torpedoes are classified. They have to change how torpedoes are classified first before that becomes a valid thing. Because the size 5 is it a missile or is it a torpedo? And when you talk to people, well, it's a size 5. Size 5 is designed to take out another fighter. Well, if it's designed to take out another fighter, then why call it a torpedo? Because torpedoes are... I went on and on about this with certain people, and my take is this. Torpedoes are relegated to anti-ship. Yes, they make anti-ship missiles. Those missiles are designed for penetration and damage. And torpedoes have... they're not just specifically for penetration. They can do both... Okay, no, he's over there. Yeah, it becomes weird because of how missiles have historically been classified as anything that is launched. And torpedoes are launched. They're not... there's a lot of questions. There is a lot of questions. There should be an OM1. Where? That's right. I have to constantly... There's OM2. There's the next OM right there. OM3. That's the one I need. Okay, so the same size 5s are going to be coming in on the A1. The bomber variant of the Spirit. Because those are size 5. But then where does that leave her in the ship role? The anti-ship role? Because that's historically been Chris Roberts' bread and butter for the bombers in his games. It's not just ground attack, but anti-cap ship. So that raises a lot of questions of what the intent is going to be. we got here? A Gladius? No, another two Stalkers, really. Okay, this is going to get interesting. The only reason why that Eclipse took so many shots is because it was a difficult target. These mass drivers should have a longer range, too, than standard weapons. Wow! I stand corrected. When they hit, they hit. But you gotta hit. That's the trick. And I'm wondering if maybe gimbals, a ship with gimbals would be better for these. It's a human pilot's never gonna stand there long enough for you to do that. That's also why they brought in the Ares, and you can see why they did top those. What do you mean top those? The way I look at the Ares is its cacophony of size 3 missiles is there for anti-fighter defense on its approach, and then use the main weapons on them. Of course it's not. It's not intended for PvP. It's not intended for fighter to fighter. It's intended for fighter on ship. That is one of the things that people got mad about. Well, it's not a good dogfighter anymore. It wasn't supposed to be a dogfighter. They even said so on several videos that it wasn't supposed to be a dogfighter. It was classified as anti-ship, and they reorganized the Ion because it wasn't reflecting a non-dogfighter. It was one-shotting just about everything it went up against. And that is not what they intended that ship for. And people were doing it at 10 kilometers out if they could get away with it. You know, it's like, oh, look, that M50 at 10 kilometers out, poink, dead. Yeah, the cannons need... and I'm going to say this. I think the cannons need reworked. I think they're too slow. Especially these mass drivers. These mass drivers have less ammunition than the cannons and their size. If you're going to reduce my ammunition size, increase my penetration. Not necessarily my penetration, but increase my projectile speed. They shouldn't be this slow. Not for railguns. Because that's what, let's be real, these aren't just mass drivers, these are railguns that we're firing. These are projectiles. We're not like picking asteroids out and slinging asteroids. We're taking specifically designed projectiles that we're putting in these magnetic coils to shoot them out. That makes it more of a railgun. Same principle. Similar applications, but just enough to tell the difference. What do you mean, not the Ares? Because the Ares, like I said, Ares wasn't designed as a dogfighter, and its cannon, they were abusing that cannon when it first came out, the Ion. It was much harder to abuse the Inferno. Much harder. Could be done, but then they had changed all the flight mechanics on everything, and Ares wasn't as maneuverable as it once was, which is probably perfect for the job. I mean, it's not designed as anti-fighter; it's designed as anti-cap ship. And I do agree. You know, it's the Ares isn't the Ion either needed the cannon to do more damage per shot for its rate of fire, or it needs an increased rate of fire. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, or maybe somewhere in the middle again. Yeah. And I could see that. Because it's hard for you to take down in a fighter, but in a fighter you can get away from those things so easily. Especially currently. I never heard anybody complain about desync about the Ion. I heard them complaining about the change of the damage and fire rate of the gun. That's all I ever heard about. That is the only complaint I've ever heard everybody whine about the Ion. Had nothing to do with desync. The biggest conversations I always heard was before they made the change, the Ion was slapping hard and with precise shots at small fighters, killing them at nearly 10 kilometers out. So, alright. So they fixed it so that the Ion's precision and rate of fire and damage were lowered. And then everybody was like, oh, well. I was like, yeah, but if you take it against a Hammerhead or a Idris, you're fine. Or an 890 jump. Or anything or a Carrack. Or anything in those size ranges, you were fine. The one shot was because of DC. I have a hard time believing that. And that may be the case in certain instances, but that was pretty nasty. And obviously they still, it seems like they fixed some of the desync. It's not as bad as it once was, but I will say that's still dogfighting in that thing. And you're killing other players that quickly. That's kind of nuts. I don't disagree with what SIG did with the cannon. I just don't think it's where it should be. I don't think one-shotting is where it should be, though. At least not other fighters. I think either speeding up the rate of fire it has currently or increasing its damage per shot currently is what it needs done to make it better. Because it's precision. And when we talk about accuracy, accuracy by definition is what something is capable of doing. Like an AR-15, we talk about AR-15, it's accurate within an inch. Its spread pattern is accurate within an inch. So when we talk about accuracy, people think that accuracy is this precise hit shot. No, that's what sniper rifles do. That's precision. And we confuse precision for accuracy, and people get confused. I don't know. Yeah, the Gladius is a weird thing. I have one. I like my Gladius. I think it's pretty brutal. But the light fighters are in a weird place right now. And you know, it makes me question the concept of the Super Hornet at this point, because it's a space superiority fighter. It should be able to take out a Gladius. And right now, it's not as easily done as it once was. And yeah, the game is definitely moving more towards instead of being a single fighter pilot against something, you're going to need, like, if you're in light fighters, you're going to need more than one light fighter going up against certain hostiles and certain targets, which will be the right thing to do. You just may be harder to hit, but you're not going to be, you know, doing the right amount of damage you need to do to take out that target, potentially. What, you can take out the Hammerhead with the Gladius pretty quick with the ballistic loadout? Another one of you, huh? Dig it. Now I got him. There we go. Come on. Wasn't expecting him to slow down there. There we go. Yeah, 26 shots. What's left out here shooting at me? Oh god, hitting this thing's gonna be... Yep, okay. Yeah, hitting this M50 is gonna be painful. Oh boy. Come on, come on. I hit him there. I don't know what it was worth, though. Yes, I'm aware my weapon ammunition's slow. Nope! I hit his wing there. I don't know what I'm doing fighting this guy. I'm just wasting ammunition, but it's for the fun of it. Come on, come on, come on. Hard to get a track on. Nope, that was a... Those were hits. There we go. I did it. That should be that Eclipse. It'll be neat when we can start ripping off pieces more than just salvaging that, but you can salvage the equipment off of them. Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty much well gimbaled on everything, aren't you? Because you only got like 250 rounds per gun. That's... So not bad. 3 rounds left in the sledge, and I still got most of my rockets. I need to turn this thing off before I go insane. I've never seen a Gladius sit still long enough to be shot at. I don't have a love for dogfighting people anymore. I hate competition. And I hate it because people generally tend to cheat when they dogfight, using exploits and everything else. There's a difference between using the mechanics in your favor, but there's a difference in using stuff that's not supposed to be there to your advantage. Knowing when you're cheating. But which is why I don't dogfight in this game very often, because there's too many exploits available to people. And, oh, they're features. No, they're exploits. You just don't realize it yet until they take them out, and you're just going to use them to use them. Which I hope these new flight mechanics they're talking about bringing in actually do fix the problem. Because I'm getting tired of these. I'm going to fly at every high speed I can, yanking and banking without blacking out, and just kind of kill you at will. Deploy landing gear.
Please proceed to assign landing bay.
Well, it depends on the ship, and I'll tell you this much, because of your convergence points, depending on the ship. The gimbals can make a difference on whether or not you're hitting with all your weapons or not.
Land to your feet. Have a pleasant stay.
Do I bring down convergence? I don't know about this master mode stuff. I'm still... The whole point was the game was supposed to be skill-based, not, you know, putting points into, you know, certain aspects of your character. Oh, you were talking about bringing down the speeds. Yeah. Yeah, that needs to happen because this flying at the edge of as fast as you can go constantly is in the middle of a dogfight is kind of like, you know what? That doesn't work for a dogfight when you're trying to bring us in close all the time. Having people be able to zoom around you full speed doesn't, you know, and unless you're going full speed, you can't keep up with them at full speed. It's like, yeah, that's not how dogfighting works. There should be a constant give or take in velocity and changing velocities in order to dogfight. And I get there's things like the J-hook and stuff like that that exist as maneuvers, but at that point, you're not really sacrificing that much. Unless you're fighting somebody else that's doing the same things, and then, you know, you're just kind of doing the same thing to each other until one of you screws up. So, but then again, you're the same fighter against the same fighter. There's no benefits in being in a Hornet versus a Gladius. You know, and 9 times out of 10, a Gladius pilot kills a Hornet pilot. So, same thing with Anvil or with Aero pilots. Aero pilots will take out, you know, similar people. You know, it's like they're a smaller target and stuff like that too. I've seen it. But yeah, I have a more pessimistic view of things due to some of the behavior I've seen. Oh wait, I wanted to... I did that earlier. I forgot my helmet. Alright, let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. I don't understand why they call them master modes. Yeah, but were they real pilots, or were they just people you were ambushing? Were they bounty hunters coming after you? And what were they flying? Because I fought some people in my ballistic out Aurora LN. And I was 2-1 with two of them against one of me, and I managed to wipe one of them out. One at a time, or all at once? Obviously, probably not all at once. I'm willing to bet most of the pilots you went up to gets were in your caliber. A Harbinger, well, I'm not surprised, actually. The Harbinger is, people love the Harbinger, but it's the least maneuverable of all those ships in that line. Oh, I'm sure. That is the worst ship to take into a PvP combat. That ship requires an escort, because it's a bomber. People love the Harbinger, and I'm like, why? The Sentinel's a far better maneuvering ship. I understand that the loadout is probably great for taking on things like hammerheads and stuff, but... But yeah, I don't see it as a... I don't see it the same way other people do. Yeah, I think when they... I don't understand why they call it Master System. I still don't understand why they're calling it Master Mode. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it is what it is. But yeah, that should make things easier. Or not easier, but it'll level things out a little bit. You know, you're dropping your shields in order to get away, and if you're doing that, you're putting yourself at risk being shot in the back as you're trying to accelerate. Why am I locked on to? They have their purpose, it's just that they're not being used for their purpose, if you get what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, the point of the Vanguard is it's not supposed to be the type of fighter that these people are using it for. It's supposed to be a long-range fighter. It's supposed to be out on the fringes. It's not a light fighter. You know, it's one of the reasons why it has a turret to defend itself. It's meant to strike and get out. It's a get in, hit your target, and get out. It's not a long-term stay in a dogfight type fighter. Interesting. They ain't gonna probably pull that out then until it's ready. And then if that's the case, the electronic warfare module will probably end up being jamming scanners and stuff anyway. Because that's what EW is for. Breaking locks and jamming sensors and... Hey, at least I can see the ground this time. Ooh, Aurora LNs. Let's go, kiddos. Oh, he's still alive? He's down. It's a lake? Oh! Someone's got some ice down in here. That was kind of cool watching it go down. Not bad. Yeah, I get you. I don't know. They've talked about a lot of stuff over the years, and I'm not sure what they're going to keep and what they're not at this point. They keep making massive changes every time they come out with a new patch or something new. And there's so many things that they change just because the engine can't do it. I mean, it's technically what it's been like, is just not being able to do it because of the engine. So I do question some of the stuff that they're trying to make happen, whether or not they'll actually be able to pull it off. Uh-oh, looks like I'm going into an asteroid field. I'm going into the Ring of Selin. I about blacked out. Wow. I definitely need to get a different quantum drive on this thing. Okay. I was going to say I should probably slow down because they're not coming in yet. Hostiles are in here. That's a Gladius. What do we got here? A Gladius. Okay, so I got two Gladius. This is going to be a fight. Okay, this is going to suck. Here we go. Is he moving away from me? He's moving in on me. Oh, what are these guys doing? They're like reversing. Oh, they took a wing off on me already. How did they take a wing off on me? They didn't hit me with any missiles or anything. Come here. Now I'm mad. 'Cause out of nowhere, my wing, they must have found a desync in the shield. Because that should not have happened. Or is that just the ballistics themselves at this point, where they're just completely ignoring shields? Now for your buddy. Now it's just a matter of pride. Wait, what? Oh, I just blew up the dead ship already. Got him. That was weird. Yeah, I don't remember, because I wasn't really into the Vanguard series to begin with, because of how expensive it was. Yeah, but they really drastically have changed the Banu Merchantman in its looks because of how they have to put the systems in. It's the same thing they did, you know. It's kind of what they've done with all the ships that are supposed to be modular too. You know, which kind of bugged me that they sold the Galaxy. Because they shouldn't have done that unless modularity was ready. Because we're not even using modularity. You know, we've got two ships in game that I know of that are modular. The Retaliator base, which isn't in the game yet, which is why we have the bombers, just the bomber variant in, and then you have the Caterpillar. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Those are the only two ships in game that have. That are supposed to have modularity currently that are flying in the game. As far as I know, none of the others do. Maybe the Carrack, but I don't think they want to swap out that cargo bay. Yeah, that was a. I get what they were trying to do, but on the same note, no. You know, putting in another ship we're not going to be able to fly or use was not a good move. That's not where I wanted to go. Dang it, I hate that. Right there's where I'm looking for. OM6. That might help me, actually. I'd rather have OM1, but I'll take OM6. What time is it? It's after 2. are we? OM2. I don't think I want OM2. So there's Porto. Okay. OM1. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. The galaxy looks neat, don't get me wrong. And I'll say this, I thought the Connie should have been modular. And, you know, we were talking about that with one group. It's like, yeah, but the Connie's not technically modular. You're not swapping out. You can't take a Taurus and turn it into an Aquila. You're not going to be able to swap out the fuel tanks or anything like that. It's not technically modular in purpose. You know, there's all kinds of things you can take into account and say, oh, well, it is modular. And like, well, you know, maybe you'll be able to swap out the turrets to do certain things, which is what they've said that they will be allowed to do. So if you want to put the scanning turret on top of a Taurus, you can. Deploy landing gear.
Initiating landing protocols.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
But a Taurus will never truly be an Aquila. Neither will an Aquila truly be a Andromeda, and, you know, all that. So that's not technically modular, in my opinion, you know, but it gives you flexibility. I will agree with that. But saying it's a modular design is not true. When I'm swapping out my torpedo bays for multiple different applications on the Retaliator base, that's something different.
Pleasant stay.
When we're that's the thing with the Caterpillar is going to be interesting. What are the modular pieces? You know, what are we going to be able to swap out on that ship? Because the initial design of the Caterpillar, if you remember, on its initial, you know, part of the initial campaign for Star Citizen was each of those front pieces was just supposed to be a piece of cargo until they changed its purpose. I remember that's not what these used to look like. Remember, they just used to look like a large cannon, a large barreled cannon. I think they look meaner this way, that's for sure. I haven't used them in a while because they were kind of crap. I got some service beacons. Oh, I got to rework on the service beacons again. God bless it. Raise landing gear. That was weird noises. I had something prepared for in case I needed to go on a long quantum drive run or something like that, but I haven't done that yet. Oh God! What do we got? Wait, why do I have a Badger? Oh! Oh, that's problematic. I just lost the sledge too. Entirely. You see that? Is that a problem with PTU? Okay, I'm taking screenshots of that, and I'm going to send that to them. Alright, so. Yeah, that's weird. That should not be a Badger. That should be a Sledge 2. Well, that wing got blown off earlier. Out of nowhere, for no reason. But, I have a Badger. It should have replaced it with a Sledge 2 when I lost the wing. So it gave me back what was stock on the wing instead of replacing the weapon as well. That one's going to the issue council. Because, I mean, the point of us insuring ships and weapons is we should get all that back. Correct? That's supposed to be part of the insurance system. But if we're going to be losing weapons again, what's going to be the point of taking them off stock? Okay. This is the first time it's happened to me. That's why I'm asking. I don't die that often. So if I lost the whole ship, I would have gotten it back. But yeah, that's stinky. I should have blew up the ship, shouldn't I have? I should have just rammed it and died, right? That is stinky poo-poo. Alright. I'll run with it. It's interesting. Oh, there's no more. Dang nabbit. Trying to work up my rep on that. Come on, man. I mean, if they want to put in insurance, that's got to work first. I do love this. Right now I'm quantitating to Port Olisar. More than likely, Port Olisar is not going to be there when I get there because of the planetary rotation. I love that aspect of the game. Taking into account planetary rotation. That does suck, because I paid actual cash for those a long time ago. I bought those sledge mass drivers. Oh god, when did I buy them? I bought them nearly... Oh god, I bought them around 2014. I've had those sledge mass drivers for a long time. And then I saw those sawbucks coming in. I'm like, oh, those got to be interesting fun. The sawbucks are interesting. Being ballistic repeaters. I thought they would hit a little harder than the miniguns when they hit, but they don't. They hit less hard. They're a weird trade-off for slower rate of fire for the same amount of damage, and it's not very practical. But they said it's a poor man's minigun, or Gatling gun, and I'm like, it's not even good enough for that. But I think the last time I flew with it in 318, I think the Sawbucks did all right. I think they did a little better. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear engaged.
I'm pretty convinced we're going to see prices on systems and guns and all that go up very soon once they get closer to beta. Because the way things feel right now, I don't think they want us progressing as quickly as we are.
Landing complete.
There we go. Initiate shutdown protocol.
Affirmative.
That was kind of a weird feeling, not having that other Sledge 2 there. Like, wait, why do I have a laser? Well, I guess with the laser, even if I run out of ammo, I still got something. Right? But I had all my power estimates set up to none. Alright, well, you have fun with that. If you're streaming it, just don't listen to the hate. I've been half tempted to stream it myself, and I don't even like Harry Potter. I don't hate it, I'm just not a particular fan of it.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
But you take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by today and having these conversations with me. I know I can be a bit crass and stuff sometimes, but thank you so much for stopping by, Linku. I appreciate the conversation. That's what I've been hearing as well, is that it's a pretty solid game, so... But we'll catch you later. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, so anyway, some good trips out there with the ship. It did what I needed it to do. 07 to you, my friend. Guns, there we go. Because I know Sledge 2s I could buy here. Wait. There's the Strife Mass Driver. They took the Sledge 2s out of here. Ooh. If I'm right, that's a size 3. That's a size 1? That's the size 2. I got the size 4 size 6 Mammoth. And the size 9, which I got those in storage too. That's our size 2s. You used to be able to buy. I can replace it with this. $28,000. Ugh. Man, losing that was kind of rough. Alright, huh. I'm gonna have to come up with something for that problem. Alright, so I think I'm gonna call it an end to the stream here. I need to eat something and get stuff done. So, I want to say thank you for everybody for stopping by today and appreciate all the conversations. Epic Pig and Linku, thank you so much for stopping by. Who else stopped by today? I want to make sure I say thank you to everybody in question here. Yeah, just Epic Pig and Linku. All right. you know, thank you for stopping by and talking to me, both of you. I really appreciate you stopping by. It really means a lot to talk to both of you. But on that note, I am calling it a day. Everybody stay safe out there, okay?